Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Chemical Angel. We're checking out Caleb's Imperial Throne song. It says, what if a heart was just a little bigger than the entire universe? I know there's been a bit of a controversy with Caleb's card about their relationship in this. I don't know what's the situation fully on this, but let's check it out. The Kindle looks really cool. Look at him. Look how this, that part looks really cool. He just looks good. But yeah. I want to see what's going to be checking out with Caleb's card. Wow, we're already starting. Northern Galaxy Starport number 7.
Quick! Seal the main bridge's blast door! Those Empire bastards have already taken control of the secondary command center!
They bleeped out that. That's so funny. Oh my god.
Send a message to the nearest starship immediately! High Marshal Jello built.
One of my Imperial Guards takes down the last soldier standing outside the blast doors. The Imperial Guard captain gives me a laser firearm and I slowly raise it. I aim at the mechanical lock located in the center of the blast doors. The bridge's blast doors swing open, releasing a cloud of frosty white vapor.
Your Majesty, all Federation soldiers have been subdued. The starship now belongs to you. We jammed their comms in advance. The Federation's High Marshal won't learn of this for at least 3 days.
Is the Federation High Marshal Caleb though?
Reinforcements will arrive within 1 week to escort you safely back to our home planet.
I survey the area, walk past the broken Federation's insignia on the ground, and give it a slight nod. The Federation dared to touch my belongings. This starship would serve as a reparation. 2 weeks ago, I received word that Emperor's Roar, an Imperial transport ship, has been seized by the Federation while passing through Starport number 7. The Empire and the Federation were always at odds with each other due to various conflicts. Although battles large and small are commonplace, to blatantly overstep the jurisdiction within a starport in a neutral space zone was unmistakably a provocation. Not to mention, the Emperor's Roar was carrying gifts from various overlords for my coronation. Have the guards inventory the warehouse. Record everything that's missing or damaged. Isn't the High Marshal still recovering from his injuries? I'll send him a letter of concern in 3 days. Imagining the expression on his face when he receives it makes you smile. Include a reparation invoice as well.
As you wish.
After the guards leave, I walk into the depths of the starship's cabin. My fingers trail over an exquisite ornate double-edged dagger on the table. This doesn't seem to be amongst my presents. The footsteps behind me resound almost simultaneously with the hum of a laser firearm charging to its maximum output. I spin and raise my hand. The trigger is set to maximum power. So he just shows up. With the man I'm aiming at only raises an eyebrow. With a flick of his finger, the firearm traces 2 silver arcs on my palm. He tosses it to the attendant beside him as if discarding a boring toy. Behind him, dozens of Federation soldiers in pure black uniforms were sealed off all exits in the corridor. They bow their heads to him in sequence.
Your Majesty hasn't changed a bit. When it comes to your belongings, one wrong glance would send you flying into a rage. You even made a trip to this remote galaxy.
So she came here, did all this, and didn't think they were know already? Or... Because Caleb was already here. What the heck? It's this was... he knew this was gonna happen. No wonder the starship's defenses were weak. Okay, yeah, so he knew that we were gonna, go after this. I anticipated the Federation would have a backup plan, but I didn't expect Caleb to appear in person. The Imperial Guards still need time to form a counterattack. I need to stall him for now. The same can be said about the High Marshal, no? I heard you sustain minor injuries, but it looks as though you're alright.
You rarely leave your Imperial planet, so of course I had to personally welcome you to make sure everything was alright.
Caleb smiles as he raises his finger, and the Federation soldiers' weapons simultaneously turn to me.
My baby sister.
The way he says it. Oh my god. The Elder Galaxy 2 weeks ago.
Your Majesty, the nobles are waiting in the audience hall. As for the interception of Empress's Roar, someone leaked the intel. However, we don't know who. They're riled up and saying we must demand an explanation from the Federation.
The Empire and the Federation have been at war for centuries. We don't need an excuse. And the nobles don't want an explanation. They want to see the new ruler's position and capabilities. A ray of sunlight falls on the flowers in the vase. I set down the stems in my hand and gesture for the maid to clean up the scattered leaves. They should pay the price for daring to target what's mine. I paused when called the interstellar news report from 3 days ago about the attack on the High Marshal in the capital. I'm afraid Caleb's life in the Federation isn't always as glorious and carefree as I thought it was. He most likely doesn't have the energy to manage star-related affairs at the moment. This is the perfect opportunity for me to take the initiative. I set up and take the robe the maid offers me. The Nebulizer apples at Starport number 7 are in full bloom, yes? I plan to visit them myself. Apples? That bloom at a certain spot? Unfortunately, having a plan is one matter, but the changes brought about by Caleb's appearance are another story. More than 10 dots from the laser sight appear around me. I face them head on and take 2 steps. Killing me is easy, but did you think about how you handle the aftermath? Although I'm the Empire's Empress, there are plenty of potential heirs to choose from once I die. I shrug, lower my weapon, and smile. My successor might not be interested in playing these childish games with you.
It was a joke, Your Majesty.
Caleb waves his hand, and the guns behind me are immediately lowered.
Traces of weapons smuggling appeared at the starport, and the Federation is assisting the Lorne Galaxy with its investigation. It's all for the sake of interstellar peace. If armed conflict were to break out, it would threaten the safety of shipping routes.
Let's set aside the matter of peace. If the Lorne Galaxy sought help from the Federation, that would be a reasonable justification. As the shipping hub at the center of our known cosmos, its stability affects the interest in many galaxies.
Those small gifts the Overlords offered you might very well be destroyed in some transportation accident. Even Your Majesty, who owns the entire Empire, would feel that minor wound. Am I wrong?
Since you know this, you shouldn't have interfered with our private transport spacecraft. You know very well I won't let this slide. Or are you saying you went through all this trouble just to lure me here for sightseeing? Caleb approaches me and picks up the double-edged dagger, but he makes no move to slide it back into the sheath at his side.
It's been a long time since we last saw each other after your coronation. I missed you.
Okay. He sounds slightly sarcastic. I don't know. It's a weird, way he said it. When he says that last word, his lips are almost pressed against my ear, only I could hear a familiar hint of playfulness. My fingers curl around the loaded laser firearm as I lowered my gaze. Caleb was the person closest to me, but at this moment, he and the Federation are the Empire's greatest enemy. If I wanted to secure my position as the Empress, I would inevitably cross swords with him. Okay, so this is the choices. Drop the weapon and feign sympathy, or fire the gun and kill. Wow, that's quick! Which one should I just do first? I don't know, I feel like it'd be easier to do the bad ending first, because we could just get it over with, and then... I don't know. No, we save it for last. I drop my weapon and link arms for Caleb. My smile slowly widens. Regardless of what the future holds, this game-like power struggle has only just begun. I plan to savor it for a long time. I missed you too. Before I came here, I heard Nebulizer apples bloom beautifully. Would you like to accompany me to see them? He put his arm around me while sheathing his dagger.
Good answer. I know the perfect spot.
Inside the observation room, the metal hatch slowly closes behind us. We're the only ones here. Caleb recommended we head to the top of the starport's highest tower. From the window, one can see the nebulizer apples in their entirety.
The attire of an empress suits you well.
Weren't you threatening me with firearms earlier? You changed your tune awfully quick.
Are you angry?
He removes his sidearm, grips my hand, and places it over the weapon's handle. 2 different temperatures simultaneously envelop my palm. Oh, I love when he does this gesture. It looks so cute. Oh my god.
You could hold it and threaten me.
You think I won't shoot?
You won't.
His fingers glide across my wrist and trail down my arm to reach my back. The rough texture makes my breath hitch for a moment.
I'm the only one who has played these kinds of games with you since childhood.
He tilts his head slightly and affectionately kisses my cheek.
And my guess is that you don't want this to end too soon either.
Bro, the way he's speaking is getting me. It depends on what we can give each other during this time. So they like playing these. I guess they like playing these type of games where they're kind of like battling, competing each other in a way. Okay. I hug Caleb back. My breath caresses his neck. The nebulizer apple flowers like the starport are beautiful. I like them.
You can visit this place more often when you have the time. I can keep you company for as long as you want to look at them.
I narrow my eyes and pretend to accidentally step on his foot. You've forgotten that what I like must belong to me. But as long as you let go, in time, I can let bygones be bygones. Maybe the relationship between the Federation and the Empire could be mended through us. However, it was never good to begin with. Caleb shows no sign of loosening his grip. Instead, he picks up a strand of my hair and twirls it around his finger.
I know you well enough. You're upset because you didn't get the upper hand. Let's see. Another Imperial fleet should already be on its way here. If I withdraw my people from the starport now, I'm afraid what I'll face won't be your reconciliation. I might as well be caught in a pincer attack.
My thoughts have been exposed, so I cut to the chase. On behalf of the Empire, I can promise to not act against you, on the condition that you leave immediately. No words leave his mouth. Then he flicks the accessory on my cloak, which is embedded with the cryostylus he gave me. The crystal is only formed in the The crystal is only formed in the cold ring zones that are created when two nearby stars collapse simultaneously. Despite it being on the market, it's always been priceless. One day, Caleb somehow got word from somewhere and piloted a long-haul vessel alone through a cold ring zone to find a crystal. I remember his smile when he brought it back. He said his job is to always bring me everything I want. But what if we want the same thing?
How long will it take for your fleet to arrive? A week? My people only need 2 days. Starport number 7 is the closest location for reaching the Nizir galaxy, where the Federation is located. We must control it at all costs. If worst comes to worst, we'll destroy it. It's still better than letting the Empire control it. I assume you didn't want that outcome when you arrived.
He's correct. I'm here with the intention of displaying an alliance with the Empire's nobles to confront a common enemy, and so I could win over some of the loyalty I need for my reign. Starting a war isn't difficult, but winning without fighting is. I also don't want my subjects to remember me as a warmonger empress, especially since I've just ascended the throne. Contemplating the current situation, I pull away from his embrace. Let's compromise then. The Imperial fleet and the Federation's garrisons both retreat. Everyone will be able to coexist peacefully.
My dear sister, you seem to have misunderstood me. I'm not here to negotiate.
Okay, am I able to? No?
The Starport's viceroy submitted his resignation, and the Lorne Galaxy has accepted the new candidate who was recommended by the Federation. It
Don't
was
tell
when we
me.
were viewing the flowers.
Wait, did he plan this whole thing? Caleb leans in, his voice softly brushing past my ear.
You weren't the only one buying time.
Damn. Caleb, you've truly become a convenient blade for the Federation. Don't laugh! What the f- Did he bite me? What the fuck was that? What was that? A dull pain spreads from the side of my neck. I reach out to push him away, but he catches my wrist first.
Are you referring to this?
How dare you? I struggle and Caleb's arms tighten around me.
The Lorne Galaxy is frequently plagued by turbulence. It's better to wait for your fleet to arrive so they can escort you back to your home planet. For the next few days, just relax and focus on catching up with me.
What? What the fuck just What? His kiss descends without warning. Amidst the entanglement of lips and teeth, I bite his lower lip, and only feel satisfied when the metallic taste of blood. Okay. What? Wait, oh my god. Oh my god! Yo, that smack, you heard that smack of the lips is crazy. Oh my god. Okay, since he took what he wanted, this is the lightest price you'll have to pay. Wow, that was I felt like that was a crazy turn of events. I was not expecting a makeout session that early.
This is Her Majesty's favorite cloak. Let go!
Is that a dog?
The vases! Protect Her Majesty's vases! Bring the cushions from the other rooms!
Shortly after the fleet escorting me back to my own planet, which is in the Empire, Caleb's apology gift arrived. Currently, they're brazenly digging up the ground in my greenhouse's garden while making incoherent strange noises. Did he get us a dog? Like, what?
They're chewing on the last Nebulasia apple.
Your Majesty, this Bitapup has a stubborn, unruly temperament. I believe the High Marshal sent them here with ill intentions. Why don't we send the creature to the Houndmaster? At least they will be taught some manners.
That's unnecessary. I look at the chaotic state of the garden they're in, and I raise my hand to stop the secretary from saying more. They're a mischievous pup who can't possibly tear down my palace. On my way back to the Empire, I came up with the rough beginnings of a plan for my retaliation. I just needed the opportunity. The Interstellar Starfaring Summit is about to be held in the Empire. Caleb has to arrive as a representative of the Federation. The starship will encounter a small problem, which means he won't be able to arrive on time. You have no choice but to ask me for help. I'll have them guard my bedchamber. When their former master apologizes to me, they can help me deliver a message. In the Cosmic Year 129, people dissatisfied with the Cosmic Empire left the lower galaxy. They announced they would establish their own nation in the Nezer Galaxy. Thus, the Glory Federation was born. The Federation opened its doors to all of the Empire's opponents. Within several decades, it rapidly grew into the Empire's most powerful adversary. So how the heck did Caleb become, like, part of the enemy group? Like... In the Cosmic Year 150, the Empire formally declared war on the Federation, and so for hundreds of years, the flames of conflict never ceased. Both sides claimed victories and defeats, but the two great galaxies always maintained a delicate balance. Neither can completely shake the other's foundation. In Cosmic Year 642, a young man who grew up in the Imperial Court voluntarily switched sides and went to the Federation to study. I'm assuming this is about Caleb. So he just decided that he wanted to go join the enemy side? Like, at the time, no one knew that this young man, who rose to the position of High Marshal in just 5 years, would change the entire cosmos. Excerpt from the star's brief history. 2 months later? Okay. But before changing the cosmos, there was another important matter awaiting this young man's attention. His unexpected absence from last evening's summit, which has been held in the Empire, is the result of bidding on the Lorne Galaxy's long-haul vessels. The heck?
Due to personal reasons, I will regrettably be absent for this interstellar starfaring summit. I hereby extend my sincerest apologies to all participants and to the organizer of this conference, the Empress of the Cosmic Empire.
Several ministers are already visibly delighted before the holographic report on Astro News ends.
It's as Her Majesty predicted. The Federation would never admit that their starships experienced technical malfunctions. Who could have predicted that replacing one small component would make their superior navigation system malfunction?
Representatives from the Lorne Galaxy want the Empire and the Federation to bid for the new long-haul vessels so they can gain a profit.
Okay, so like new parts or new ships. Okay.
Since the Federation is absent, we predict we'll be able to save 100 million cosmic credits.
Wow.
Your Majesty is truly wise.
In a good mood, I tap the armrest of my throne while accepting the minister's flattery. Let's secure Long's long-haul vessel production line for the next 3 years before the Federation realize what's happening. Caleb will get a taste of returning empty-handed this time. After everyone leaves, I reopen the news report from earlier and wave my hand to rewind it by 3 seconds. Then I take a screenshot. Really? This obedient, apologetic expression is a rare sight. I'll send it to Caleb later so he can see it for himself. Wow, she's like making fun of him. As I leave the audience hall, the overcast sky doesn't affect my good mood in the slightest. In the corridor, Tebe, whose name was found inscribed on the inside of their collar, is enthusiastically chewing on the beloved toy. Tebe or Taibai? They happily bound over to my feet once they see me approach. I pick up the toy, hold it in my hand, and playfully tease Faze with it. You're well behaved. I'll give you an extra treat later. Their short tail is wagging even faster now. Oh, now it's raining. As raindrops suddenly falls, I scoop up Tebe and head to the nearest greenhouse for shelter. The greenhouse has long since been renovated. Plants extend outward with their leaves to release the season's distinctive fragrance. Subconsciously, I make my way around the flower wall. Sure enough, I spot the familiar white bench. It looks exactly the same as before. Back then, Caleb and I will often whisper here. Flashback. Oh, this is cute. Him with this outfit on. Flowers bloom abundantly in the greenhouse. We avoided the maze by hiding in the blossom shades. Must you go to that weird academy?
It's the Glory Federation's Interstellar Military Academy. It's the best military school in the galaxy. You saw the acceptance email a long time ago and even filed it under not interested.
I pretend not to notice the teasing in his tone and pluck a wilted flower from the corner. The Federation despises Imperial citizens. They might never let you graduate.
Don't worry. I'll be going there as a neutral planet's heir. No one will cause trouble.
But if you go to the Federation, you'll have to start over.
Starting from scratch to reach the position of High Marshal sounds exciting, though.
The fact that they said that he did it in 5 years is crazy. But if you become the High Marshal, you won't just be like Caleb anymore. I furrow my brow and he pokes the space between my worried lines.
No buts. Don't you trust me? When you're the Empress and I'm the High Marshal, we can change the current relationship between the Empire and the Federation.
Okay. Who knows if that would be the case? When you leave, I won't be able to talk to anyone.
How's that possible? You're the future Empress. There will be plenty of people doing everything they can to win your favor.
He bends down to pick a nebulizer apple from the flower bed and pins it to my collar.
They're like this flower. Regardless of its rarity, all you need to do is look at it a little longer, and it shall bloom forever in your garden.
I know, but they can be tiresome sometimes. They're nothing compared to you.
Power always means enduring a few minor inconveniences. But with me, you can always be that willful little sister. I'll be leaving in a month. Aside from your gift list, is there anything you want?
Anything? I can't believe the music changed and I felt like the mood shifted. Oh god.
Yes. Anything.
Oh man. man. You got some requests, maybe? Okay. A lot. Oh my god. Summer flowers and fruits have ripened, and a rich fragrance mingling with an intense desire. Yes. Oh my god. Before you leave, please satisfy me. Oh, that is good. Yes, please do so. I took my head up and kissed his lips for the first time. Back then, I had no idea what I wanted to taste. And he went along with that? My scattered thoughts returned to the present. I look at the petals I unconsciously plucked and brushed them aside. Perhaps Caleb and I have already taken different paths to build our own lives since the beginning. I believe that even though we might have instances of nostalgia, neither of us will question the choices we made. I just don't know when we will see each other again.
Your Majesty, the High Marshal has arrived.
Ah, it was like speak of the devil type moment. You know, she wasn't expecting it. Like, why are you here? Somehow, Caleb was arriving in the Empire before the Interstellar Starfighting Summit ended. The fact that he left the other galaxy representatives behind to see me makes it difficult to determine his real purpose, however.
You complained about this silver tray being too plain when I gave it to you. You're still using it?
I forgot to throw it away.
As for these apple fruits, you must have forgotten to have someone replace them with more seasonal ones.
They're just fruits. If you like them, you can take some back. The High Marshal still insists on visiting the Empire even though the Interstellar Starfighting Summit is about to end. Are you planning to apologize to me in person?
Your Majesty invited me for afternoon tea first. Let's chat while we drink.
The Empire and the Federation aren't on friendly terms, but since Caleb is visiting during the summit, I still need to fulfill my duties as a hostess. Seeing him hold his teacup with a leisurely attitude, I feel as though he's returned to his own garden. I should have made him wait longer in the audience hall. The chairs there are the most uncomfortable. The attendants lead Tavia away, but I don't overlook the way their tail wags with a particular enthusiasm. Ah, you raised them. They still remember you after so long.
Yet it seems like you've forgotten me. Or is the Empire's communication system so poor that not even one message from you could get through in 2 months?
Oh. I have my own matters to deal with. Caleb nods non-committedly, sets down his teacup, and rests one hand against the side of his face. He's like, I ain't buying that. Like,
Your Majesty should be occupied with countless Imperial matters. So, you've been busy trying to retaliate against me?
before I can counter, he continues speaking, but he's not making any accusations.
The plan was good this time. The people who executed it were very careful. I almost didn't find any evidence. But if you had been a bit more ruthless, I could have been the first High Marshal to get lost and die in magnetic field turbulence due to a navigation system failure.
I pick up pastry and feign the perfect amount of surprise. Oh, I thought you said you were absent due to personal reasons. Using such an excuse at the last minute to implicate the Empire would be too obvious. People from other galaxies wouldn't believe it.
So you were waiting for me to show up in the hologram. I took some time to get here, but fortunately, it could wait.
Like a magician, he produces a bouquet of flowers. I'm stunned. You took the time to prepare this?
I was already late, so I figured showing up later would be more to your liking.
That's not what I wanted. The familiar floral fragrance just passed us. Despite our current circumstances, it stirs distant memories and softens my heart.
When you and I lived in the Empire, we used to butt heads over all sorts of things. You were younger, and I spoiled you. During those moments when you were in the wrong, sometimes I'd say you had a point. You never apologized, and I didn't have time to coax you out of your sulking episodes. But it's clear that neither of us could live without the other.
Wow.
We made a promise at that time.
Whenever one of us wanted to make up to the other, we place a flower by that person's pillow. The person who receives the flower must forgive the other before it wilts.
I'm here because I wanted to know if this promise still holds true,
That's why you gave a whole bouquet?
and whether the Federation and the Empire we represent might still have a chance for cooperation.
Although I'm surprised, I only raised my eyebrow in signal for him to continue.
The Federation and the Empire have been mired in conflicts where survival itself was at stake. But after hundreds of years, this struggle has long since become a pointless habit.
Is he really, like, deciding, like, let's try to find a way to, like, make them actually work together now?
From minor clashes to wars, each one consumes finite resources while others prosper.
It's not as if I haven't considered the matters he speaks of. The tension between the Empire and the Federation stems from more people maneuvering beneath the surface. They create a turbulent undercurrent that never stops. But if going with the flow takes the least effort, why should I position myself as a reef? Since there will always be those who profit from conflict, any attempt for a collaboration will face significant resistance. I don't necessarily have to oppose you, but I also don't want to invite trouble.
If you let war fester, will it be easier for you to be the Empress? Don't forget that I defeated the ruler before you, who ultimately became the Empire's discarded pawn.
Wow. Caleb continues speaking in a measured, persuasive manner, but I detect a hint of something suspicious. You're confident you can defeat me. Why are you actively proposing cooperation?
The Empire has many heirs, but only you are my baby sister. Why wouldn't I favor you?
Yeah, it's a different... Yeah, it makes sense that he's like, well, you're special to me. That's why I'm trying to talk to you about this situation. If it was like anybody else, it wouldn't matter to me. I don't believe you. That being said, I'm also aware of how Caleb's proposal is worth considering. He finishes his last sip of tea and shows no urgency as he waits for my response.
Come to think of it, it's been a while since we traveled together. Why don't we look at what I found while I was lost this time? I think you'll be interested.
I like how it goes from like a serious moment to like now it's like back to like slice of life, heartfelt moment. It's like the heck? Are we actually like... Okay. A long-haul vessel cuts through the edge of the cosmos and traverses star clusters and multiple warp points before arriving at the outermost edge of the lone galaxy. Interstellar dust gradually increases during the latter half of the journey. Caleb steers for position to avoid countless obstacles.
Luckily, I was able to practice on the way here. I wouldn't dare to take you on a flight like this otherwise.
I think he gave you the perfect opportunity to show off your piloting skills in front of your subordinates.
You're not wrong. No wonder people say that the younger ones are little heart warmers. You truly are considerate.
During the conversation, the vessel gradually slows down.
We're here.
All around us are dust clouds that obscure our vision and churning nebulous storms. I look at Caleb. He stares at the observation display, his wrist moving as he slowly adjusts the altitude.
When I got lost, I discovered warp points that aren't marked on the star map. I named this area Velitio, which means hidden place.
We're already close to the edge of the long galaxy. If we go any further... I stopped, realizing why Caleb brought me here. Lorne is connected to a lower Anizor. It suffered as a buffer zone between the Empire and the Federation and is the central hub of the known cosmos. But beyond that exist countless unknown places that have never been explored.
It's exactly what you're thinking. This warp point might lead to an unknown star system. The value it could bring far exceeds a single war.
Yeah, because that's going to be a lot of people wanting those extra places, extra planets or galaxies.
Shared interests can resolve hatred. The same principle can be applied to the Federation and the Empire.
But it also leads to destruction, or nothing at all.
The decision is yours. I'm simply showing my sincerity for cooperation.
So like they could cooperate and check out the unknown planets together? Above the firmament, the unfamiliar warp point flickers faintly. It's barely perceptible in the distance. Remember that. Does anyone else know?
You're the second person.
You trust me that much? I look at Caleb, but I can't figure out what he's thinking. If I were to make a move against you, I could monopolize this discovery. No one else knows we came here. You'd be turned into cosmic dust.
Someone who truly wanted to kill would never look their enemy in the eye and speak the way you're speaking.
It's like you say all this stuff, but I know you're not gonna do any of this. That's like what they're trying to say. I need to think about this. Caleb lowers his head, shadows falls across his brow as the air between us grows thick with tension.
Sure. But given our current situation, I'm afraid we don't have much time. Regardless of what our decision is, we need to move fast.
The kiss falls with a fierce intensity. To close my eyes. No, I close my. Oh god. I close my eyes and allow myself to surrender to his bold transgression. Outside the porthole, the nebulous storm surges violently once more, its eerie purple light flowing across the glass. The shadow of our intertwined figures is cast. There are many reasons that bind us together, but when they're weighted on a scale, our mutual interests outweigh everything else. I know Caleb doesn't trust me as much as he lets on. Then again, neither do I. Okay. Morning light pierces through layering clouds and casts light gray shadows around the massive long-haul vessel. They're arranged in a formation at the center of the square. Faintly trembling from the engine's heat, massive hulls are painted with the emblems of the Empire and the Federation. Around the square, nobles advance slowly within layers of guards while commoners gather like a tide in the outermost ring. At the highest point of the ceremonial spacecraft, I stand shoulder to shoulder with Caleb. We overlook this performance of peace.
The Empire and the Federation will form a joint fleet for the first Veletio warp trial.
Alright, so they decided to go along with the plan here.
The stars will be our witness to this program, as it paves a smooth path towards cooperation. Lasting peace shall last longer in the cosmos.
I gaze at the nobles below, whose expressions are filled with the most doubt. Then I look at Caleb, who's beside me. After returning from that trip, I formally considered his suggestion. He proposed that we could use the starport number 7 as a springboard to conduct a stable warp drill consisting of a joint escort. It would allow us to test whether Veletio is stable while rooting out a few troublemakers who are working behind the scenes.
Your Majesty, High Marshal, please complete the ceremony.
I'm about to step forward when Caleb holds out his hand to me.
Shall we do this together?
This is the first time in 5 years that I've held his hand in daylight. His warmth travels through our fingers. It's so comforting that it leaves me in a daze. Meanwhile, the scepter I hold remains cold as always. Two weeks later, okay. According to what Caleb and I agreed upon, he will lead the first phase of the Veletio warp trial. He'll establish an observation center at starport number 7 and use the brand new warp point to dispatch fleets in batches. Yet before the first fleet can even depart, the Empire's agents planted at the starport reported bad news.
I didn't expect the Federation to act so quickly. It's only been a few days since they stationed themselves at starport number 7, and they've already found an excuse to form a blockade around the area. Our people and long-haul vessel are still being detained. Communications have been cut off as well. They almost kept us in the dark.
Alright, so they already kind of like betraying us at this point.
The Federation can't be trusted. We never should have entertained the idea of cooperating with them. We've lost 10 of our newest spacecraft.
I'm somewhat prepared for the obstacles this plan would encounter, but everything happened so fast that it's catching people off guard. I rub my brow and question whether Caleb would make such a short-sighted decision. I guess they could have they probably knew that we couldn't really trust them. Obviously, they probably knew they probably would do something wrong, or they backstab us, but they didn't expect them to do it this fast. Because it seems like it's only been like they said, it's 2 weeks later, so it's only been a few weeks, and they already started this shit. Like, they probably expected, like, oh, it'd be more time. But they weren't expecting how fast they kind of just did all this crap to prevent us from now being there, or they're detaining our stuff at the starport area. And it's just like, wow. Perhaps I'm unwilling to admit that my desire to believe in him is greater than I previously thought. But everything in the cosmos is constantly changing. The Empire can still afford to pay this price. However, the Federation didn't just offend the Empire. The Lorne Galaxy won't tolerate their repeated provocations. Rapidly calculating the current situation in my mind, the highest priority is to withdraw before public opinion turns against us. Fortunately, I have a backup plan. Stick to the original plan. I will announce that I am recovering from an illness to temporarily avoid the spotlight. As for the joint fleet, it's time to let the Lorne Galaxy know the deployment details of Veletio. The Federation broke the agreement first, so they can't blame us for muddying these waters. With the resolve to distance myself from this mess, I consistently claim I'm ill and remain in seclusion for the next 2 weeks. Each day, apart from taking walks in the garden and walking Bitterpup, I spend my time in my bedchamber or study. This could truly be called leisurely. Until tonight, that is. As usual, I walk to my bedchamber with the secretary before parting ways. Then I feel something is amiss. The maid seems to be somewhat nervous.
Your Majesty?
Did something happen while I wasn't here?
It's the same as usual. The Duchess visited and brought her nephew, who reportedly admires you. Following Your Majesty's instructions, we said that you need to rest and receiving visitors is impossible.
During my recuperation, nobles have already been stirring restless behind the scenes. There's also no shortage of those wanting to seize the opportunity to curry favor. Taby is still lying outside the door. They normally bark when they catch a stranger's scent, but today they seem unusually well behaved. I'm overthinking it. Oh, it's probably Kayla. Kayla's probably around. Like, I give a slight nod, and the maids immediately understand. They open the doors to my bedchamber for me. Before the doors are fully open, I catch a sight of a familiar outfit. Yeah, okay, he was here. But he's in my room though? Or what the fuck? I quickly walk to my bedchamber and dismiss all the maids. Caleb approaches and kneels down to remove my cloak. His fingers slowly brush against my cheek.
You look terrible. Are you ill?
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I'm eating well, drinking well, and sleeping well. The stress you've caused hasn't given me an actual ailment yet. And you? Are you so pleased with the chunk you bit off from the Empire that you made a special trip here to thank me?
I'm here to resolve that matter, yes.
His overtly calm demeanor only makes me more irritated. Does the truth about Veletio matter to us anymore? The last possibility of cooperation has vanished. Our next meeting will be on the battlefield.
You don't trust me.
Oh, his face! Why does he look so... Huh? Why would I? Didn't you already receive the price I paid for that trust? 10 long-haul spacecraft. It was very expensive, my dear brother.
Don't talk to me like that.
Yo, holy shit, what's going on? Caleb, I'm the Empress of the Cosmic Empire. You're the one who can't address me so casually. Oh, they're really like...
I'll give you an explanation. You can decide whether or not you believe it.
Thank you. I'll be more cautious next time, especially when matters involving you are involved. People are like this sometimes. They know their words are irrational, yet they are unable to stop themselves from saying them. I thought tonight would end on a sour note, but Caleb stayed silent for a moment before looking outside.
I'm your brother. Don't always assume the worst of me.
At some point, it started raining again. The pitter-patter creates a delicate rhythm against the window frame. There are no other sounds. I turn away, avoiding his gaze that shines with a new emotion. Forget it. I'm not in the mood to play this game with you.
You'd rather play with another man?
I look towards the sound and see a rug at the foot of the bed. It's rolled up, and the vague outline of a person wrapped inside is visible.
Behave. Falling out of the window of the Empress's bedchamber can barely be considered leaving with dignity and grace.
So, what was a random dude was just hiding in my bed? What? The rug thrashes more violently. Caleb narrows his eyes and kicks it. The room falls silent once more. Oh my god. That was harsh.
You're worried about him?
He grips my chin and forces me to meet his gaze. We don't even talk. Why are you concerned about nothing? I'll send him back later.
He went through quite the effort to touch the Empress's bed. And you're going to return him without even giving him a glance? His face is decent, but his physique...
There's no need for that. Plenty of people like him compete to get closer to me, and there are others with superior physiques. A little chuckle brushes past my ear as he suddenly grips my wrist. I crash into his chest.
It seems you've been living comfortably during your recovery.
Oh my god.
Isn't it my turn now?
Yo, Caleb is like so like killing me here. So he is like on us like a lot. The sarcasm that doesn't escape is crushed between lips and teeth. His kiss descends like a sudden downpour. My body surrenders before my will can resist. For some reason, we seem to crave each other more than usual tonight. Oh God. It's raining again, and maybe, just maybe, you're both tired. This weather is perfect for holding someone close. Or perhaps we finally see the unbridgeable rift that lies between us, yet we're unwilling to accept it. Oh my god. Before everything completely falls apart, we still want to desperately hold on to something. We still want to hold on to the relationship, I guess, that they had before becoming that person and the High Marshal. Because everything is so, like, bad now, because they're supposed to be on opposite sides, but they don't, them two being related or whatever, that's not really the case. So it's just really, it's really weird and, I don't know, awkward. And also, it's also weird that apparently they haven't seen each other for quite some time, but for the past, like, few months at this point now, they're constantly seeing each other. He's constantly all up on her. Like, what the actual?
Your reactions are more genuine this time.
I glare at him only to earn a more intense response as he presses himself against me. It's an attempt to overwhelm me with an irresistible force. Neither of us wants to surrender. I forcefully pushed him, and he has to wrap his arms around me as we tumble towards the bed. I press my knee against his tense abdomen and look down and restrain him beneath the fold of my dress. God. He holds my waist as his kisses trail down from my chest. The warm, wet sensation settles on my adipose and sends thrilling shivers through me. We've embraced each other like this countless times before, where our bodies are intimately entwined, yet our hearts beat on opposite sides of an unreachable chasm. Wow, this is,
I know why you wanted me to do this with you in the beginning. You're used to having everything, so you're unwilling to accept that I'm the one thing you can't control or claim as yours.
Everything he says is so fucking flirty, and it gets me, like... But aren't you still in my hands at this very moment? I release my grip on Caleb's hand and let my fingers trail downwards from his Adam's apple, my movement carrying a hit of the teasing he excels at. A certain thought that has always lingered is about the surface is the simplest method, and it can solve all our problems. If I were to capture you and immediately imprison you, without you as their High Marshal, the Federation won't be a threat to the Empire for a very long time.
That would work, I suppose. But what would Caleb be to you when he's stripped of his status as the Federation's High Marshal?
Oh, well... Wait! My first thought would be my lover, but holy shit. I would assume at this... Nah, it would be my lover. You're my brother by blood and my natural born enemy. As long as you bear the name Caleb, I will never feel at ease when I sit on my throne. I'll give you a new identity, abandon your past, and stay where I can see you every day. For example, my bedchamber is the perfect spot. Holy shit. Holy shit.
You want me to be your secret lover. A mere shadow that no one remembers. Names and identities are nothing more than pieces of cloth. Even if you strip them from me, you still won't be able to truly trust me.
His hand glides along my waist before finally clasping my wrist as he pulls me into his embrace once more.
Isn't this our current situation?
It's a reminder, my Caleb isn't a bird that can be caged in a greenhouse garden. He's someone I can never control. I was talking to myself. This is still the easiest method. My fingers dangerously wrap themselves around his neck and shake it.
You want to turn my head into one of your trophies?
What? This is like weird. This is a weird playful flirtiness. I was so like...
If I let our circumstances develop naturally, maybe you'll get a chance. When that time comes, make sure you're the one who kills me. This is also my promise to you.
Alright. The way you... Okay. Look at his face. Holy shit. Oh my god, what the fuck? I've never seen being told that we could kill each other be so sexual like this. This is so... Yo, I'm so done with it. Alright. In his eyes, I see myself wearing the same complex smile that's on his face. Long ago, our hunger for power tore holes in our chests and filled them with cold, ruthless hearts. Caleb and I are prisoners of our hearts' lack of mercy. We're merely puppets who are controlled and deceived by them. Perhaps we could do one thing, one tiny act of resistance. Let's leave future matters to the future. At this moment, I want to feel the warmth you leave in my body. I take his hand and get into the warmest... What? My warmest depths. Shit. As long as we have it to prevent us from being cold. Holy shit. I am like, this is... Holy. When we embrace, he seemingly wants to imbue himself into my very being. He wants to return to that point in primordial chaos where we have yet to be separated. Okay. Our passion isn't born from understanding and trusting each other. Our refusal to be consumed by the horror of intimacy gave rise to it. Intense pleasure and faint melancholy mingles and merge. They wash over us in waves from where we connected. If this is what love is, then we're in love. Okay.
You are mine. We've always belonged to each other. The cosmos in its entirety can't even compare to your kiss right now.
Yo, I can't. Oh my god. I think... Yo, I need to hear him say this again.
You are mine. We've always belonged to each other.
You are mine. The way the growling, like the little growl he has, is like, oh, that's so fucking good. Holy shit. Holy. And I love that the voice line contains the kisses. Oh my fucking goodness. My tongue catches something salty and bitter. Are these my tears? It turns out even tears of joy are still astringent. But doesn't matter, I've already kissed him. Holy shit. That was a lot. That was a lot. The Federation has betrayed us and taken control of multiple starports in the long galaxy. We know their next target is the Empire. As your Empress, I have the responsibility to allow the Council of Elders to pass the Imperial Emergency Act. This is not a declaration of war, it's to ensure we won't be caught off guard when the crisis truly arrives. On the holographic screen, today's speech in which I announce my recovery and return plays repeatedly. I gaze at the figure speaking eloquently in the video, yet my thoughts turn to the person who's at the under end of the galaxy. After we parted ways that day, Caleb cleaned up the aftermath at the starport number 7 by himself. I don't know what he did, but even the Lone Galaxy was pacified. The Empire spacecrafts were returned. Caleb packaged this crisis as my victory, and even earned me a considerable amount of admiration from the nobles. This is his explanation to me, and perhaps the reason I might be able to trust him again. However, we know cosmos that's about to be ignited cannot be doused by droplets of water. The communication device rings, interrupting my thoughts.
How have you been?
Not too bad, but not great either. You?
Same. I saw Taby had torn up your precious garden last time. There was dirt everywhere. I sent a fresh batch of Nebulasia apples. They'll arrive in a couple of days.
I don't think it'll survive a little longer under Taby's teeth this time. Speaking of which, they managed to chew an entire lace trim into my bedchamber's curtains. Do you want to see the photos?
Sure. Don't spoil them too much, though.
I don't do that. When they're not being mischievous, they're actually adorable. We chat about everyday matters and make jokes as usual. We avoid mentioning the war. It's possible we have nothing left to say to each other once the situation has escalated to this point. Two days after the umpteenth border scuffle between the Empire and the Federation, the nebulized apples that Caleb had sent bloom. Penning Tabe, I sit on a bench in the greenhouse garden. This is a rare moment of peace. Suddenly, hurried footsteps resound outside the garden. I turn and see the serious expression on the secretary's face.
Your Majesty, we have an emergency. There was an explosion in Starport Number 7's transit zone. The Federation claims that the starship involved bears markings of a transit authorized by the Empire.
The sound of rushing water echoes in my ears again, and I see myself drifting downstream towards the only direction available to me once more.
The nobles are already waiting for you in the audience hall.
Let's go. I pat Taby's fluffy head and stand up to leave. Clutching the flower, they roll around on the grass, their tail wags as cheerfully as always. Okay, so now we have to, start our plan up. The war has begun. It happens more easily than expected and is developing rapidly. The situation where two sides are evenly matched changes drastically after the Lone Galaxy's first batch of long-haul vessels joined the Empire. In a few months, the Federation's decline has become apparent. I haven't seen Caleb, and I no longer hear the ringtone that accompanies his calls. But occasionally, I will hear his name in military reports.
Your Majesty, we've just received intel. The Federation's council is pressuring Caleb. They're demanding him to voluntarily resign.
Wow.
But Caleb took an unyielding stance and sent people overnight to warn the leading councilman. 2 days ago, he left the Federation's capital with a loyal fleet. His whereabouts are currently unknown. It's also possible that the Federation deliberately released this as a smokescreen to make us lower our guard.
Oh yeah, it could be like a trap, right? Despite the headlines on the front page, all galaxies will spread this rumor. Either Caleb comes forward to deny it, or he lets it become reality. I believe the scales are tipping in my favor, but the sense of achievement accompanying isn't as great as I expected. Something from the past never died. Even now, it continues to gnaw at me. The void in my heart has become exceptionally vast. It's an emptiness that couldn't be filled even if I resent the entire cosmos. Damn. She's like, I feel empty inside without him. Like, that's the point. Oh my god. After ending another deployment reading, I return alone to my bedchamber and fall into deep sleep. In my dream, an indigo wasteland stretches across cosmic dust. Something older than memory summons me. I raise my head and see the moonlight outlining a familiar figure.
You look tired tonight. What's wrong?
I was gonna say, is this a flashback? But I can't tell. You have the gall to ask. I walk over to sit beside Caleb and lean against his shoulder like when we were children. I feel an unexpected softness. Fortunately, this is a dream. I wouldn't be able to lean on you otherwise.
I'll always protect you, whenever you want to lean on me.
I shake my head. You once told me that power is a blade. We must hold it in our own hands. And when you grip the hilt of a blade, you can't dream of embracing another person.
Using a blade is easy. You'll always point the sharp end toward your enemies. But your current enemy is me.
Yeah, I know, it sucks. It's like you're not gonna want to attack the person that you love the most, you care about, right? So it's just... You say awful words, even in my dream. I hear Caleb laugh as if he doesn't care, and then he wraps his arm around my shoulders to pull me into an intimate proximity.
Although this isn't what we originally wanted, the war has already begun.
You don't want it either because I'll win this time.
Can one victory fill that unbearable emptiness in your heart?
I don't know. The throne, victory, peace, a greater cosmos, and you. I want everything.
We've only been apart for a few months, and here you are, being more brazenly greedy.
You're also at fault. I'm notably honest when facing Caleb in my dream. Maybe it's because it's been so long since we talked like this. You're the one who made me think I could obtain everything, and now you won't let me continue having beautiful dreams.
Aren't I in your dream at the moment? You can do whatever you want to me. I just don't know how much you'll remember when you wake up.
Noticing what Caleb was trying to imply, I pinched his arm. What am I to you?
You're proud, greedy, suspicious, willful, and even detestable sometimes. Yet, you're the cutest baby sister I could ask for.
Under the vast sky, we sit quietly for a long time, and when the moon's slow descent reminds us of the passage of time. Something soft brushes against my palm. I look down and see a blue-gray flower he places in my hand. It's then that I notice the wasteland is somehow covered in blossoming nebulosa apples. Caleb seems to remember something. Smiling, he stands up. Are you leaving?
The dream is about to end. We can only make our wishes come true after we wake up.
How is this a dream? Is this actually... There's no way, right? This doesn't feel like one. Your wishes, I don't think I even know what they are. It doesn't look like he'll say more. I give up. Never mind. You're just part of my dream. I can't expect you to answer questions I can't figure out myself.
Two stars following separate orbits. Even if they intersect for a moment, it'll bring about destruction. That's one cosmic law. But it's possible that after seeking and embracing each other for eons, their attraction might not necessarily be for mutual destruction.
I'm still trying to make sense of those cryptic words when he turns around. He walks towards the edge of the wasteland where the moon has fallen. I want to catch up with Caleb, but I step into empty air and rapidly fall. Before my consciousness drifts away, I hear his voice again. It's more distant.
Aren't you curious about my wishes? I want the rules of this cosmos to change according to my will.
When I wake up, moonlight filters through the lattice window and falls next to my pillow. Looking at my empty hands, I feel disoriented. And seeing someone once gently, tenderly held them for a long time. Even now, warmth still lingers. The Roaring Galaxy 2 weeks later. Okay. Time passes silently and the shadow of war still looms over the major galaxies. Inside the reception hall and in front of the massive panoramic glass wall, starships models are displayed like constellations. Nearby, Phelan, a representative from the Roaring Galaxy, taps the hologram to give the sales pitch for this batch of brand new starships.
This is the design for the third batch. If your majesty approves, we can immediately begin the next round of production.
There's no need to hurry. Currently, losses from the Imperial starship battles are lower than expected. I'll give you a contract that our strategists redrafted later. Phelan pauses, and the hologram on the glass wall slightly trembles in response.
Of course.
Your Majesty!
Without waiting for the guards outside, my secretary bursts into the reception hall. She's unable to hide her excitement.
The fleet led by the High Marshal encountered an emergency in the Allure Galaxy. The cause is currently unknown, but they chose to make an emergency landing within Imperial territory. We've already calculated their approximate location and narrowed it down to 3 sites.
Phelan immediately stands up and bows respectfully.
Congratulations, Your Majesty. The High Marshal has crashed into the Empire's territory. This is an excellent opportunity. If the Empress gives out the order to execute him, no one will dare to question Your Majesty's reign.
You know that's not gonna happen, but yeah. Oh? Since when have Lawrence Dennison started inquiring about matters between the Empire and the Federation? I thought you'd be happier to see this conflict continue. After all, you still have plenty of high-quality goods worth selling.
The High Marshal has always been despotic and recklessly willful. My suggestion is to not let him easily escape your control, Your Majesty.
I remain non-committal, my gaze sweeping past Phelan and to land on the secretary waiting nearby. Find them. Before I give an order, no one else is permitted to attack.
As you wish.
I nod in acknowledgement, my fingers tapping the table's surface. Out of the corner of my eye, I catch a fleeting shadow of displeasure across Phelan's face. Ever since the Interstellar Starfighting Summit was held, the people of the Lorne Galaxy has been somewhat dissatisfied with Caleb. But obvious attempts at sowing discord are at first. Did their patrons become impatient? The Lorne Galaxy may have never truly been neutral, but I have no intention of exposing their scheme to use me as their weapon for now. At this moment, I'm more concerned about Caleb's situation. Notify command ship, we're departing for our home planet. The command ship traverses through the dark cosmos. Stars streak past at light speed as if the entire world is disappearing behind me. I think I have too many things to ask him after 6 months. In what capacity should I meet you this time? We're trying to find him right now. Oh. The way he's in the throne right now? Bro, look at this man. Oh my god. Go find him. He's literally just chilling there. Like, the Federation is dead and the stars will only remember one person's name. Give up, my dear brother. Wow.
But I brought you a gift for your coronation. Our nations want us to kill each other. However, they don't know that we're from the same source. Our souls are entwined.
Only on the condition that you stay by my side. Assess the situation. Caleb. Oh.
You may have ambition, but haven't lost conscience.
Wow. Oh my god.
Ceiling.
Look at him. Oh, I love this freaking like angle of him, and this is so good.
Their own fate. Now then, let us discuss the terms for a ceasefire.
What? Okay. Negotiate? Caleb, what do you want?
You. But after tomorrow, you won't belong to just me anymore.
What in the world? This is mine. Oh my. The way she's oh shit, like holy shit. Bro, I can't. I can't. Why is this so intense? Suppress him? You need to find a way to fill up my ambition.
Then let's make this our solemn vow. We'll forge our shackles anew. And we will kill that very thing called fate together.
Okay. On the throne, Caleb and I rest in each other's embrace. The dust has settled and only wisps of smoke rise above the parts of the ruins. Imperial generals have regained control of the situation, and it's not hard to track down the forces that tried to sabotage our negotiations. Those who want to profit from it would pray for the war to never end. It's not just Lauren, though. The Empire and the Federation have no shortage of such people, and the only word convert about it.
Exactly. Too bad they picked the wrong targets. No matter how hard they try, it won't work.
I'm like slightly lost on this, but I'm assuming it ended well. I guess doing a negotiation saying like, oh, we're just gonna rule the galaxy together. I'm kind of lost. I'm so sorry. Caleb rotates his wrist and spread out several encrypted documents. He taps them and a series of terms appear in the air. Raising an eyebrow, I lean in to get a good look at the documents. Phelan drafted them and added enticing language in generous terms. They even promised you Lauren's entire shipbuilding capacity for the next 10 years. You weren't tempted?
Isn't it because I already have the ally whom I want the most? I had no choice but to turn them down.
Yeah.
Even though my little sister abandoned me halfway through our collaboration, I won't hold a grudge.
He was referring to the Veletio incident. I claimed to be sick halfway through while providing intel to the Lauren Galaxy. I suppose I caused him more trouble at the time, but that's in the past now. There's nothing we can discuss. I couldn't have guessed you detected someone that was planning to bomb the starport. You decided to strike first. In any case, the situation was unclear at the time. I wouldn't put my crowd at risk.
I figured as much. I did visit you as soon as I stabilized the situation.
Mm-hmm.
You did the same thing tonight.
His expression-free accusation stirs a sense of guilt that's been dormant for a long time. I gently linked my arm with his. Be honest, didn't you think you might die if I hadn't arrived in time? What if the others persuaded me, and I decided to kill you? He doesn't answer my question. He only lowers his head to kiss my hair with a familiar intimacy.
Do you remember the warp point, Veletio? And the plan we created?
Mm-hmm.
I still believe it can change certain established rules and lead us to a different future. What do you think, Your Majesty?
3 months later.
The Empire and the Federation have reached a consensus and renewed the Centennial Mutual Assistance Treaty. The exploration plan regarding Veletio will also be resubmitted for deliberation by the Noble Assembly and the Federation's Council.
Okay, so we're getting something good done.
Your Majesty, High Marshal, you may place your hands here.
Kara and I step forward together and silently place our hands on the treaty. A ring of blue light spreads and ripples outward like starlight before setting into the profound silence. But the cosmos abide by one truth. It will forever exist in unrest and chaos. Tranquility is only temporary. But we leave those headaches for our future selves. At this moment, I feel an unprecedented sense of satisfaction filling my chest. Doesn't this feel like we're exchanging vows?
If I had known, I would have prepared rings. If we exchanged vows, the old guard in the Empire would throw more than just one tantrum.
You care about that? Maybe we'll never be able to stand beside each other in such a way. His voice is quiet, yet it's clear. It feels as if he's whispering directly into my ear.
Ever since I was little, I've always accomplished what I set my mind to. Once I've chosen a path, I'll see it through to the end. It doesn't matter how impossible it seems. And when you kissed me for the first time, I was happy. I'm lucky that I have a sweet baby sister. Her heart is just like mine. Ever since then, I've never felt lonely.
Caleb and I were once at opposite ends of the same fuse, but now all of that is behind us. The cosmos will forge ahead, unscathed. In the Empire, Caleb's name no longer symbolizes danger and destruction. Rather, it will be the most gentle, romantic footnote of this era. Caleb, the Federalist High Marshal and the Emperor's big brother, former enemy and lifelong beloved, second only to the Cosmic Empire. Someday, I'll think I'll agree to let someone delete that small text in parentheses. After all, the life we'll experience together will be a long one. Okay, I thought it was going to give us okay, everything looked out fine, like, okay, but now we have to go through the bad ending now. Oh, well, that was interesting. That was a cool ending. I'm kind of lost on certain things in this story because I don't understand, like, this, I guess full scale of the how they are as enemies in different, areas, but like it's very interesting, like the fact that I guess it's like the same thing where he's like, oh, he's kind of connected to the bad guys in the main story, but in this AU he's also for some reason went to the bad guys, and then them two having like this obviously close relationship, it kind of like hinders a lot of things because they're supposed to be enemies, but they obviously they don't want that. They're trying to do other things with the Empire and the Federation, so there's just a lot of other things. It's just kind of a lot. But yeah, let's go and check out, what is it? We have to go back here so we could try. I guess we have to pretty much off him, sadly, so let's go do that. Alright, so yeah, so I hate the fact that we have to do this, but we have to. Various thoughts swirl through my mind, and at long last I seize the clearest one. Regardless of his circumstances, he's my older brother, so naturally he belongs to me. Rather than let someone else off him, I'd rather do it myself. Oh, the blaze of firearm's barrel is knocked away just before the beam is fired. It grazes Caleb's shoulder and strikes the portal behind him. With an expression on his face, he sheaves his dagger and glances at where his blade cut.
I thought you'd be more interested in catching up.
The wound is indeed, in fact, is more of a warning. I pressed down on my wrist to stop the bleeding. Oh, he actually, like, hurt me. Caleb raises his arm. The Federation soldiers who aimed at me again have received the signal to step back. They clear a path for me.
Take your Empress's roar and leave. I won't give you a warning next time.
Okay. I was young back then. Grand ambitions and confidence could sustain me as I walked this path alone. I turned and left the bridge. I didn't look back, not even once. Okay. War broke out once more. It wasn't any different from the wars between the Empire and the Federation over the past hundreds of years. Kale and I, at distant ends of the cosmos, live and die in futility. The heavens can only eternally spin in vain. In the cosmic year 649, the meeting between the Empire's Empress Kimiko and Kayla, leader of the Federation, ultimately ended in discord. They once grew up together in a imperial court. Separated, they rose to power in two great galaxies to create their own era of prosperity. But as they ruled, the accumulated grievances between the Empire and the Federation failed to be resolved and worsened. They spent their entire lives restraining each other. They never achieved reconciliation. Excerpt from the Star's Brief History. Okay. Okay. Every ending just ends in war. like at this point, it's just fucking whatever. Everything ends in a war. I don't like. It's just I don't know. Perfect opposites. Wow. Yeah, I guess it's just the fact, like, yeah, he's on the enemy team. That's pretty much it. But like I said, at least in the true ending, it works out fine because, you know, obviously they had plans together to figure out how they wanted to like rule the Empire and the Federation, and wanted to see if it is a possibility to have them two finally work together, since they've been two groups have been, you know, enemies for so long, and them two being, you know, so close to each other and both ruling on opposite sides. They're like, oh, maybe we could try to find a way to bridge this gap. And at the end, they finally were able to, even after everything that happened. Like I said, it's a good overall story. I really like how Caleb is with his teasing. Like, it's very, very, like, flirtatious here. The way he teases is really odd. That, intimate scene that they had together is crazy. Like I mentioned, I don't know how the hell they can turn, talking about hurting each other into like a freaking sexual thing, because they really make it sound like hot as hell, even though that's not really it's not a good thing, but they somehow make it work. I don't know how the fuck they do it, but holy shit, the way he says "you are mine" that shit was everything. That shit was so goddamn good, and everything worked out in the end. Like I said, I guess they could technically rule the world together, right? I don't know if they ever get together properly, but they have. I was not expecting the amount of kisses that Caleb was doing in this card. There was a lot here, and like I said, I understand the controversy with the whole brother sister thing, but it didn't fully like. I don't know. It didn't fully feel like that much into it outside of them saying it. It felt like there was just the same relationship how they always are, but like I can't. I attribute it to like this being like the Star Wars Leia and Luke situation, where even though they at the time they didn't know they were related, so they just ended up having a relationship, I think, at the time. But as they knew that, and they just kind of went with it because they love each other, so it's like, I don't know, but I feel like that's like the angle they were going on. I'm not really sure on it. Like I said, the way they present the story doesn't feel like they are related, because they just kind of say it, but the way they act obviously isn't that way. But, you know, I can't really tell if it's how it is here, so it's just a lot to think about on this. Like the story, like I said, it's like minorly confusing, and I'm just here like, okay. So overall, it was pretty good. Like I said, it's just I wasn't expecting the romantic relationship this took like so hard to, compared to how, you know, the other cards have been that I've reacted to so far. But yeah, overall it was still good. The Kindle was cool, but like I said, I was starting to get slightly like losing the plot, because I'm just here like, what is happening? Because it's like, okay, they've been trying to work together, but then they end up having some issues. They be like, oh, the Federation is betraying us already. Then she's trying to do other stuff to like sabotage him. They're trying to sabotage each other quite a lot here, and I'm just like, okay. Like I said, they're kind of taking competing and sabotaging and hurting each other to like a weird flirting way, and it's just kind of like, what the heck? So it's just, I guess it became their thing. So it's just, all right. Overall, I thought it was a good story. It wasn't too much on it. Yeah, it's not bad. I thought it's a pretty good story. It's not as good as the other two that I've reacted so far, but it's still okay. But yeah, this was not bad. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction to Caleb's Imperial Throne Song. I forgot that he had that moment where he was sitting on the throne. That shit was kind of cool. That was a cool shot of him. Overall, this was good. I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction to it. What do you guys think of Caleb's story? Like I said, I understand the weird controversy on this, but it doesn't really bother me on it that much. So I want to kind of just stay out of it. So please, you know, we leave it on the outside of it. But just tell me if you guys like the card or not. What do you guys think of the Kindle? What do you think of his kissing scenes here? Because I have a lot to see here. Yeah, overall it was really, really good. I enjoyed it a lot. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye bye.